was so pissed off, so agitated, and frankly frustrated as all hell. What is up, everybody? Chris Dicey here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Haven't done a story time in a tad, so it's time to get into one. I did tell a story on Craps Chat the other night, so if you guys haven't seen that and you want to check it out, there's a link down below. You can go take a look. I will put a timestamp up above right now. But skip ahead to that point. Take a look at it. Craps Chat's hosted by Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps, dialing from Skill and Luck on Casino Gaming TV. That was about a don't player, and conveniently enough, this story has to revolve around a don't player as well. So, without further ado, let's hop into why Degen was so pissed off, so agitated, and frankly frustrated as all hell. So, what happened? I went to my local, which I will not be returning to anytime soon, because I don't like them. Screw them. Anyway, I was playing the table for a little bit. All right, I was down a little bit going into my roll. Okay, I was playing a hybrid strategy, just trying to feel out the table. It was a weird, choppy table. There was not really any long rolls, but people were hitting points and then 7 and out real quick. It was a weird table. Anyway, that's not what the point of this story is. You guys don't care that I was down a tad going into my roll. You guys were here for my roll, right? You're here for the story, which happens to come with my roll. Anyway. Start my roll, all right, having a decent roll. I'm about 8 or 9 rolls in. I was keeping track on my watch. I use a counter app on my watch when I'm throwing just to see how many rolls I have. So I was 8 or 9 rolls in at this point. Again, I don't know exactly where I was. I'm guessing about that. But what happened was there was a guy at the end of the table playing the don't, all right? And at this point, I already knocked off 2 points. There is no ATS bet. There's no fire bet in my casino. There's nothing. It's a shitty casino all around, I'll be honest with you. So, the fact that I hit 2 points doesn't matter for any of those bonus bets, other than the fact that Mr. Don't on the end of the table had a hefty stack going on the Don't with odds. Why? Well, because he just kept going up and up and up. Every time I hit a point, he'd keep adding to it. So, anyway, about 8 or 9 rolls in, I throw the dice and I hit his chips. Now, mind you, he's got nice stacks in his chip in the don't pass, right where I'm trying to throw the dice. I'm straight out, he's straight out on the other side, and he's got them right where I'm trying to land them. As Ed from Roll to Win would call them, landmines. Well, this guy had some. They weren't even landmines. These things were like mortar silos, getting ready to release a missile into the sky. Too bad the only thing that was getting bombed was his bankroll. Anyway, I hit his chips. I splash them all over the place. Neither die hits the back wall. Boxman looks at me and tells me, you got to hit the back wall. I looked at the boxman, being me, and said, sir, if those chips weren't there, both die would have hit the back wall. And boxman looked at me and said, well, they didn't. And I said, ask the guy on the end of the table to move his chips, and we won't have this issue. Boxman just chuckled and went on his merry way, playing with his hands or doing whatever he was. I don't know. Whatever. I don't like the Boxman, if you can't tell yet. I don't like him. We're going to get into why, though, very, very quickly. So, my 21st roll. All right, I'm fast forwarding about 10, 11, 12 rolls, whatever. Math is not the issue here. Okay, 21st roll. I have hit 5 points at this point. I had set the point of 6 a couple rolls ago, and I am shooting my 21st roll. Throw the dice. One die hits the back wall. The one die, the corner digs in at the pass line and just sits down. All right. Got a little nervous because when that happens, it's usually not a good thing. However, in this case, it was a 5-1-6, which is the point, which is a frontline winner, which would take this guy's stack that has been growing and growing and growing away from him. And it would pay out the pass line, all that kind of good stuff, right? So dealers start paying out the pass line. Me and the guys around my half of the table are all cheering because they're all playing pass line with odds. They were all making a lot of money on the roll, right? We're 21 rolls in. I've hit 5 points. This would have been the 6th point. So Boxman all of a sudden says, stop the payouts. And we're all celebrating. And I look around and I see the payment stop. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? Guy at the end of the table, Mr. Don't Pass, Mr. Scrooge over there, Mr. Can't Take a Loss, is arguing with the box man that my one die didn't hit the back wall. Mind you, the stick man already called it a 5-1-6. Nobody has said anything. About 20 or 30 seconds have rolled by at this point. Tells him to stop the payouts. Then the box man is talking with Scrooge at the end of the table. And Scrooge is saying, well, the dice didn't hit the back wall. And I'm saying, well, all right, fine. The dice didn't hit the back wall. It is what it is, but it's a 6. Pay us up, and let's keep it going. Boxman, after about 5 minutes of going back and forth with Mr. Scrooge, with me going at Scrooge, with the whole table going at the box, the whole table going at Mr. Scrooge over there, it was like a WWE tag team match. Everybody was just harping on the Boxman and this other guy. Boxman finally says, no roll. I look at him, I said, are you joking? And the Boxman goes, no, I'm not joking. I said, hell, they should hire you as a comedian here. That's a pretty good one. Now pay us. He goes, no, it's a no roll. I said, why is it a no roll? He goes, your dice didn't hit the back wall and you were warned. I looked at the guy and I said, first of all, I had one warning, okay? Second of all, the dice didn't hit the back wall the first time because that asshole's chips were in my way and I splashed them. That's why they didn't hit the back wall. And the box man looked at me and said, my discretion, my decision, no roll. I looked at him and said, if that was a 7, would you be giving me the same courtesy? And he goes, it wasn't a 7, it was a 6. And I said, that's all I need to know. That answers my question. So the table's in an uproar right now, right? The don't guy is all smug at the end of the table, looking like the Grinch. Like, you know the Grinch? I'm going to put up a picture right now. You know the Grinch? That face, that's what he looked like, all smug at the end of the table. I'm arguing. I'm having just a battle with the box man. He's telling me to lower it down or else I'm going to have to leave. I looked at him. I said, why the hell do I even want to be here? You guys suck. Your rules suck. And you don't have a justification for anything you're doing. And he looked at me and goes, well, sir, it's your choice to do what you want to do. And I said, well, yeah, it's my choice, but I'm choosing right now to go at you and argue with you because I want a justification of what happened. He couldn't give me one. He was just ignoring me. And I guess he was a little irritated. I don't know. Maybe he didn't like how I handled the situation. Well, sir, I didn't like how you handled it. All right. I don't know if you haven't, been loved in a while. I don't know if you're just pent up testosterone, a little bit of anger. Maybe you need to let that out or something. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on in your life. Don't take it out on me. All right. Because all I asked for was an explanation. I was very nice in the beginning. You didn't give me one, then I started getting rude. Anyway, as soon as they said no roll, I said, I'm passing the dice, I'm done. The whole table was like, well, they're like, do you want them back all the way around? I said, no. I'm like, I'm not in a mentality to shoot right now. I don't want to shoot. I have no desire to shoot. And I looked to the guy to my left of me, and I said, you got this, my guy. And he looks at me and goes, what do you mean? I said, you got this. Continue my roll. Keep doing what you're doing. At this point, my chips were getting colored up already. I pulled all my bets down with the exception of the pass line. I colored up for $150 or $168 in profit. Okay. Now it's not a lot. Like I said, I was down going into my roll. But what I did was took the $18. All right. Typically that would be a tip to the dealers. And I would just round it off to the $150 profit. But what I did was so angry. I wasn't happy with the dealers. I'll be honest with you, because they were just like blind sheep to the box man. I understand that's their job. I get it. But they didn't understand what was going on, but none of them said anything. All right, so I wasn't too happy, but I figured, you know what? D-Gen's just a generous guy. D-Gen's just a happy guy all the time, right? And I really just didn't really care. So I took the $18 and I said, hop the 6s, the 4-1, or the 5-1, the 4-2, and the 3-3, the double D-Gen. So 5 for me, 1 for the dealers. That's 18 total. Why does that matter? Well, that's exactly what I had left over. And hopped the 6s, and I looked at my guy to my left of me, and I said, listen, bro, you got this. You're going to do it. I was hanging out, already colored up. I was just waiting for the pass line to either get paid out or taken away from me, whatever it was. And Mr. Scrooge on the end of the table is still jawing with me. He's still going at me. And I'm sitting here like, bro, shove it. All right, take that big ass stack you got on the table and shove it. Okay? Well, my buddy next to me, what does he do? He takes the dice and he turns to me and goes, I hate this son of a bitch. I looked at him, I said, you know what to do. Don't know this guy. Never met him before in my life. Not a clue, just playing with him for the past hour or so, right? Takes the dice, sets them to, I don't know what he said. He just set them around. And he was one of the guys who was, kind of hucking them against the back wall a few times and saying whatever. And he flips them, right? He gives them a good old flip. And I'm watching the dice go. What does my dude throw? The 3-3 hard 6. The whole end of my table erupts. We're all cheering. I'm giving this guy a hug. We're jumping around. We look at them. Why am I happy? Well, he just screwed the guy on the end who was pissing me off, right? Obviously, I had the hops, which pay nice. I had my pass line, which got settled. Whole end of the table. And they're all jawing now at the guy at the end of the table. It was like, serves you right, screw you, everything. Now, security's kind of lurking around the table. I'll be honest with you. Security's sitting around there. But moral of the story, don't be an asshole. All right? Second moral of the story, don't get beat by the same shooter so many times. Why do it? Why? Someone's got to tell me why you would continuously get beat by the same shooter. Anyway, just wanted to share that little bit of a story, but let me know what you guys would have done in that situation. Has it happened to you before? Have you seen it happen to somebody else? Let me know down in the comments. You can tell me if I handled it right. You can tell me if I handled it wrong. We can discuss. But that is my story. All right? My brother next to me picked it up, threw the hard 6. Bang, baby. Screw you at the end of the table, my guy. Hope the door doesn't hit you on the way out. Hope your pockets are looking light. Just, be nice, people. Be nice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the story. Again, let me know what you would have done. Just remember, you all have a little DJing in you, and I will see you very, very soon. Peace.